great introduction to the next participant, Omer Salimullah from JS Bank. Basically, the only non-consultant on the panel, or the only bank represented on the panel here right now. Maybe a first reflection on that. Is the dependency on third parties and on external consultants, of course you need them, but is there a risk there, and is there sufficient human capital inside the organization to work on open banking and to work on cloud platforms?
So Bernard, the biggest challenge that every organization is facing anywhere in the world is HR and the quality of the input that we're getting into organizations. So open banking actually solves that problem. Because what is open banking? Open banking is basically a methodology in which you're partnering with the external companies. They could be very well-established companies like Abacus, like IBM or whatever, or they could be fintechs. The reason why fintechs are more attractive to banks or to organizations when it comes to an open API platform is because they are creating great user experiences. You see, so the problem with banking traditionally has been that it's all over the world, it's not just Pakistan, is that we have not been able to create great user experiences. If you look at our digital platforms, if you look at our ATM screens, if you look at our mobile apps, they're clunky. So if you look at, for example, something like an Uber or a Careem, that app works. Everything is where it's supposed to be. The button placement is as per customer expectations. There's very little learning curve. Nobody taught us how to use Facebook. Nobody taught us how to use WhatsApp. But we sit here and we say that, once we launch a digital platform, if it's not being adopted by customers, it's because there is a lack of education. So what we at JS are attempting, it's an interesting experiment, hopefully it'll work out, is that we believe in partnerships. And we are putting our money where our mouth is, and we are saying to the world, not just Pakistan, we are saying to the world that, look, here's our APIs, and they are serious APIs, so you could onboard customers using our APIs, you can do a balance inquiry, you can do a mini statement, you can do a bill payment, you can you do a top up. 13 APIs are available. Come up with delightful user experiences and partner with us. Traditionally, the pet peeve of every bank CEO has been time to market. And now, after such a long time, a solution is there. A solution is there where we can launch a banking/gaming app. I don't know how many of you saw the Apni Cricket League app, in which we went from 0 to launch in 32 days. And we got 70,000 wallets from that initiative. We've recently launched the digital Challan platform in Islamabad. That was literally a month. When you talk about traditional bank and partnerships, a small project will take you 6 months. A significant project will take you 18 months. And even 6 months is too late. So it's time for banks to reflect on what they're up to. How do they move forward in this new economy in which players like Ant Financial are now at your doorstep? It's not just conjecture. They're here. Shahid Mustafa 3 times in his talk repeated that there's more coming. Who could that be? Is it Google? Mm-hmm. Is it WeChat? How are you going to compete? How are you going to compete with share of mind and share of wallet when these giants are coming in and asking the youth, asking the unbanked, asking your growth drivers to bank with them, to do payments with them, to lend from their platform rather than the traditional banks. So self-reflection will be helpful.
Yep. Now, if we look at the typical stadia that platforms go through, then of course getting the platform up and running technically is a major milestone. But over time, you also want to enrich the platform with new applications and with new possibilities that clients might be asking for, but that are not yet live today. Without divulging too much of the company secrets of JS Bank, could you elaborate a little bit on, both from a technical and a business point of view, how you see that ecosystem evolving?
Sure, so no company secrets. We're open in name and open in nature.
Very good.
I mean, we've recently launched this open API platform. We have more than 200 developers already signed up on it. If you go out and try to hire 200 developers, you can imagine what sort of headache that might create for you. We have 65 apps already under development on this platform. So there are these teams of startups, there are even serious companies that are working on our platform to create customer experiences that will attract customers towards our products. And our products doesn't have to be JS branded products. We are happy to partner with anyone who wants a white label banking as a service, banking as a platform service from us. So again, I would reiterate that banks need to open up. They need to let go of their legacy infrastructure. I like, just before lunch you mentioned spaghetti infrastructure, so I like that. I think that will tide people over for a little while. And they need to also open their mindset. That's where the block is. It's actually not the tech, it's actually the mindset. So once you get over that hump, I think things will be much smoother for banks than they are currently.
Okay, very good.